Thank you, Prof. And thank you, members of the channel, the panel, for giving me this opportunity. The memorandum or memorandums.
The three, yeah.
The three. Just for the records, I would actually want to state first, well, there were 3 signed memorandums. The content, the date, the advocate who signed for all those 3 is the same. That in itself leaves a lot of questions to be answered. Having said that, on the day of 24th April 2024, officers from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission visited our home. The officers identified themselves and they gave me a letter addressed to His Excellency Mohammed Ali, who is my spouse. They told me to read it and acknowledge it. After reading, they wanted access to our house to do a search. As a law-abiding Kenyan, I signed for that and I gave them access to the premises. These officers conducted themselves in a very professional way. They did their search, finished, and their documents they collected. They asked me to accompany them to their offices to sign for the inventory of the documents they collected from my house. The lead officer assured me that I was not under arrest. I was not under investigation. All I needed is to sign for the inventory in the absence of my husband. I followed them, I signed for the inventory, and came back home. So for the records, I was never arrested. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You are aware, as Ambassador Koki said, that in recruiting the IEBC Commissioners, one of the issues we are looking at is persons with integrity. So you understand why we have to do this. I'm looking at your affidavit in response. At paragraph 6, you repeat exactly what you have said, that I am not the subject of any criminal or corruption investigations as alleged in the aforementioned affidavits, that neither have I been arrested nor charged pursuant to any investigations, correct? At paragraph 7, you say that I was not arrested as alleged. On the contrary, my home was visited when investigations were being conducted in respect of the county of Marsabit, where my husband serves as the current governor. I only accompanied the police to sign the inventory over the goods obtained from my home, as the law requires that the same be detailed and signed for. Again, correct, as you have just stated. You go ahead at paragraph 9, that in any event, the allegations raised are at best baseless and inconclusive, correct? At 10 is where my concern starts to arise, and I want you to clarify to the panel that I am alive to the fact that the law dictates that I am entitled to a fair hearing under Article 47 and 50 of the Constitution, which guarantees due process before any adverse action can be taken against me. Are you talking there generally, or is there a live case that you want us to be aware of and we should respect? Article 47 and 50.
It's a general case, because when you look at the sworn affidavits, they go ahead and say that I will not be able to discharge my duties because I will be torn in between.
Is there
no
a live case?
No, it's a general. Actually, from there on, it's general.
Okay. At 11, you say that no final determination has been made against me. This final determination is on what?
I think the legal person who was helping me in drafting that was preempting what those people were insinuating, that in any case, if whatever they were insinuating is true, there are procedures that needed to be followed. And in this case,
but
I'm not...
But you know, the way it is here, it's like there is a live case that a final determination has not been made on. This is your own affidavit. I
actually addressed it to him, and then he told me it's about that is the procedure in which I needed to respond.
At paragraph 12, you say that an investigation in itself is not equivalent to a finding of guilt. Which is this investigation going on?
As I said, Prof, all those items up to, I think, number 15 or something, I asked the legal person what they meant, and he said, in the event that even such a thing happens, these are the guiding laws, and what they put as a finality in the affidavit, that I should not be considered for the appointment, cannot suffice even if there was something, leave alone when there is no something.
You are aware that the way you are addressing us, we'll take it the way you are addressing us. At paragraph 13, that under the principles of natural justice and rule of law, I can only be deemed guilty if found so after exhausting all legal remedies available to me, including but not limited to appeals and reviews by competent legal institutions. Just plain reading, it's like there's something on and you are putting your case to us that we should not judge you until you finish it. Just plain reading. Again, and then lastly, at paragraph 15, that any attempt to make adverse action against me before the due conclusion of legal proceedings violates my constitutional right and the president. You're talking in first word, before the due conclusion. Which is this investigation or case that a conclusion has not? These are your own words.
Yeah, I know. I was advised by a legal person, and I raised the same questions you are raising.
So, as far as you are concerned,
there's nothing that is going on.
There's no case, whether criminal or economic, that is alive with you?
No.
Thank you. My last question.
Can I just...
Sure.
Madam Jatani, do you know who Burka Ventures is?
I've heard about him.
And do you know who Northern City Coaches Limited is?
Yes.
Has there been an exchange of money between those two individuals?
No. For the records, I was a director of Burka Ventures Limited. Burka Ventures Limited is a transport and logistics company that plies the Moyale-Nairobi route. It's a company that had its own offices and it was working on its own. But at no point did it receive any money from the stated company.
Did Burka Ventures receive any money from the county government of Marsabit?
I don't know.
Okay, please proceed.
My last question to you, Madam Jatani. What are the key guiding principles of leadership and integrity